Welcome to Faithful Fathering's Seasons of Fathering study. Specifically, this 5-part series is focusing in on the teacher season of fathering. The call is to invest wisely, early and often in your child's life. Why is that? Let's take a look at a short video. Kids spell love T-I-M-E. That's time with you, Dad. There are 936 weeks from birth to 18 for you to invest time in your children's lives. That may sound like a lot of time, but let me tell you, it goes by quickly. As a visual reminder, I encourage you to fill a jar with 936 marbles and take one out every weekend. My jars are empty now. The kids are grown, but in fact, the jars are full of memories. Memories of driving them home from the hospital to watching them drive off to college. Memories of leading them down hiking trails to following them on our backpacking trips. Memories of ball games, performances, and graduations. Be thankful for the time you have with your children and invest well every day by being a faithful father. A dad that prioritizes physical presence, is engaged emotionally, and leads spiritually by example. That's the dad you're called to be. That's the dad the next generation needs. Yes, I've lost my marbles, as you saw. But let me tell you, you're going to lose over half of your marbles by the time your child turns 10. That's the teacher season, the first 10 years of your child's life. The challenge is that there's a lot of distractions working to take you out. Typically, we're relatively young in our marriage, trying to figure that out. The new employ where we're trying to establish ourselves in our job or our career has us busy. And then we leave the hospital and I have a child that fits in the palm of my hand that I have responsibility for. And my bride and I are trying to figure this out. How do I live to accepting this responsibility? Well, in this study, we're going to look at 5 aspects. We're going to start with passing the baton well to the next generation. Then we'll look at discussing and establishing what kind of routine you need to have in your home to effectively prioritize the right stuff. Then we're going to talk about how dads play with the children. We're different than mom, and there are certain aspects and certain qualities we instill with how we play with our children. And then in the 4th part of this study, we'll discuss how we teach our kids to pray and to read, to establish that foundation so that our kids progress well, both in their faith and in their education. And finally, we'll wrap up with how to teach kids about responsibility and then arming them with a blessing as they move into the next chapter of their lives. Take responsibility for this window of time, this unique opportunity to be the primary influence in your child's life. We have to capitalize on this window of time to instill our family values and even our faith. The word for this season is intentionality, and the call is to ground your children in your home and prepare them well, equip them for those outside influences that are just around the corner. The second 10 years of their life that we call the coach season. Let's get started.